Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Teacher's Guide to brand new EDEXCEL GCSE English Literature papers. And today we're looking at how to answer Section B, Part 1, the Anthology Comparison Answer for Paper 2. Now, I've already gone through the structured exam paper, so that's exactly what you need to know. In our previous video, which is how to plan the answers, do feel free to look at that. I then asked you to note down what the mark scheme, what the method requires you to do. And then we looked at that in detail. We looked at the method in detail as well, as you can see here. Here was a question that we looked at. This was how to plan, but again, do make sure you view the previous video so you understand exactly how you should put that together. And then we come to our answer. So this is what we're going to focus on in this video. These had to achieve perfect marks for this answer. So both poems, Katrin and Cousin Kate, explore tension. Really simple. There's a comparison. Tells the examiner, I know what I'm doing and I've named my poems. Katrin explores the tension between the mother and a child, mainly based around the struggle of control. Poem Cousin Kate, however, comparison, explores the tension felt by the female speaker, just like the poem Katrin, in regards to the way in which society, but men in particular, treat women, such as the speaker, in Victorian society. Again, comparisons all the way through, name my poems, I sound intelligent, I sound like I know what I'm doing, perfect marks is on its way. The first way both poets present tension is through the conflict with an authority figure. Comparison, clear point, nice ideas, again, going to achieve perfect marks. To describe the experience of labour, the speaker refers to the tight / means that the line is obviously going on to the next line of poetry. The tight red rope of love which we both fought over. Rather than creating a positive tone, the poet has created a scenario which suggests a battle which neither individual wishes to lose. The lexis, a terminology, lexis simply means word. The lexis, tight, highlights an uncomfortable, even painful experience, whilst the idea of a rope creates an impression of feeling trapped. So we're analysing the language part here, language form structure. Alternatively, so looking perceptively in depth at our language, referring to the cord as a rope of love highlights that whilst there is tension between the two, the relationship is still one based on love, and it is this that keeps them together. So context as well there. In a slightly different way, there's my link. The poem Cousin Kate, whilst also dealing with conflict towards an authority figure, explores the struggle between a great lord and a female, integrated quotation there. Just like the female speaker in Katrin, the speaker in Cousin Kate felt bound by the relationship with the lord. This sense of being trapped mirrors the notion that the speaker is somehow trapped in a scenario despite their best efforts. This is also reinforced through the complex nature of the rhyme scheme, which indicates a sense of division between the speaker, who is line A when you do your rhyme scheme, Cousin Kate, who is B, and the great lord, C, who is placed in the middle of the stanza at the time, highlighting the struggle between the three figures, with the authority figure placed in the centre of it. Another way in which tension is created is in both poems is through the overall negative tone created when presenting the relationships, a form or structure there. The poet in the poem Katrin uses multiple pejorative, which means negative lexical choices in the piece, such as confrontational, fight, struggle, defiant, throughout the poem to highlight the speaker feels nothing but negative thoughts about the relationship in question. The use of dramatic monologues, we're looking at form here again, in this work allows the reader to grasp that this is the view of the parental figure involved in the poem, helping us as the reader understand the negative feeling the speaker has of the scenario. This negative perspective is also used by the poem Cousin Kate to once again enable us to understand the negative perspective of the scenario. Moreover, the poet also includes negative imagery in order to reinforce this idea. The use of the verb lured suggests that the speaker, rather than engaging of her own free will, has actually been trapped like an animal by the Lord. Using a rhetorical question, so again looking at structure once more, in the work, not only, so notice I've used the rhetorical question but not actually put it in there, don't necessarily need to, but I'm still using evidence. In the work, not only as a device which reinforces the reader to engage with the speaker's scenario in a similar way that dramatic monologue form for Katrin does, but once again helps us as the reader to identify the negative tension which the poet creates. Finally, both poems use women in order to explore tension. Using the image of a glass tank to explore the relationship between the figures in the poem Katrin highlights not only that once again in that the figure is unable to escape the difficulties of the relationship, perhaps a reference to the hardship associated with being a single parent family context, but that rather than helping, society has somehow trapped women in this situation, suggesting that society is not helping women to escape the confines of their world context again. A negative perception of society's view of the female speaker is also very much apparent in the work of Rossetti. So comparison, linking phrase. The simile, change me like a glove, creates a notion that the female figure is more than disposable item of fashion for the Lord, who is able to change his mind about the speaker in the same way we change our fashion. The noun Lord also helps to sarcastically suggest that men during the Victorian period could play God with the lives of women without being judged themselves. So notice how I'm linking context with language analysis here. This is made even more apparent by the fact that the speaker refers to her illegitimate son as my shame, my pride, as using the oxymoron integrating my terminology highlights the strange tension within society. Men can do what they wish, but women are deemed to be outcasts if they behave in the same way. Overall, both poems deal with the notion of tension. However, it's clear that Rossetti's work deals with the theme more effectively, as she's able to highlight the unfairness of Victorian society, whilst also giving women of the time a voice which they were not necessarily given. So there you are. There's the mark scheme covered. There is the method used perfectly. That's perfect marks. So thank you very much. Feel free to view the other videos in regards to the new EDEXCEL exam, and keep revising, and feel free to contact me with any questions. Well done.